99.7 FM. Security 247.
Come back to me.
Lagos State Government.
Yeah, Security 247, powered by the Lagos State Government, and I'm your host, Patience Osinaike. All right, thank you so much, Eniola Edubulana, for that introduction. It's so good to know about what you do, and I'm sure after the show you can catch up and see. I'm really interested. And of course, we're not just doing the building. We have another amazing personality here. She is Buluwatito Fatade. She's a safeguarding consultant, and of course, a sexual and gender-based violence case manager. She's an amazing social worker as well. She's been involved in a lot of impact programs, especially in Lagos State. Let's get to know you.
Okay. Thank you very much for having me. As you already said, I'm a social worker. I've worked with Lagos State in several sectors of the Lagos State government over 7 years. I've worked with Child Protection Unit. I've worked with Lagos State Domestic and Sexual Violence Agency, Lagos State Correctional Center. And one thing is constant in everything: fighting for the rights of children. So I would say I'm a child advocate, and I'm peculiar about children having a safe environment, staying in a safe space, ensuring that they are safeguarded at all times. So I am a safeguarding consultant as well, for an independent safeguarding consultant. I work with agencies that deal with children. Whenever they have programs that involves children gathering, I have to ensure that they implement safeguarding policies and standards. So that's basically all about me.
Wow, interesting. Permit me to add, are you colleagues? Maybe.
I guess so. We do the same thing, so of course we are colleagues.
With Lagos
domestic violence. I just found out this morning.
I've always known that.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
Wow. I found out this morning.
But VRS, yeah?
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, this is such a reunion. All right, thank you so much. Coming to you, Eniola, I know that this is the Easter period. And I'm always excited. I love holidays. Sharing from your experience working with communities, with groups, and of course with families. Why do you think coming together this period to spend time together is really important? Why do you think families should prioritize bonding during this period?
Okay. For me, I think spending time with the family is actually very important because you've been through a lot. You've gone through a lot. You having your own people around you help you relax, help you restart your goal for the year or week or month afresh, So leveraging this period, this holiday to spend time with family, help people tend to know each other better. You get to understand whatever struggle your own person is going through. You get to see from another perspective. You get to share your experiences, and then so for me it's an important time people need to bond.
Wow. I absolutely agree with you, and for a lot of us that work in the social impact space and maybe teaching, I work in both teaching, education and social impact. The holiday is only the time to refresh. And for me, it's always that time for me to reflect on my goals. And, like yesterday, I spent most of the time at home and I had to go through my book. I'm always with a book. I'm always writing my tasks, weekly, daily, monthly, and like that. And I'm like, okay, so what have I done so far? What can I do better? And of course, cook. I love food, Make out time to really cook and, just enjoy some very delicious meal with not too much work to do. As well. So thank you so much for sharing that. What about it? You've worked with Lagos State for over a period of 7 years, and I must say well done. Thank you for your service.
Thank you.
Yeah, what do you think is your perception towards, what do you think is Lagos State citizens, perception towards safety and security?
Okay, for Lagos State, I'll say Lagos State is really trying because we have a lot of agencies now that you can reach out to whenever you have issues pertaining to security and safety, either social or even road accidents, whatever it is, there's always an agency you can call. So for that, I'll give kudos to Lagos State.
And discuss and educate ourselves on child safeguarding practices, family protection strategies, and of course effective security awareness and basically on prevention and reporting in Lagos State. I am your host, Patience Osinaike, a child safeguarding and family protection practitioner and early childhood educator, and each week on this show we delve into the best practices of security in Lagos State. And of course remember that this show is powered by the Lagos State government, and we're thankful for everything that the government is doing to bring awareness to their society and how best we can have a sane environment. Today I'm not just alone. I have an amazing person here. I have another person on the show, and I am not just gonna let the cat out of the bag. I'm gonna allow her to share a lot about herself. I have with me on the show today Eniola Edun Ogunlano. She's a social impact consultant and a program manager. She's also a sustainable development goals advocate. She's a powerful woman. Let me allow her to introduce herself. Hi, Evo. How are you doing?
I'm very well, thank you.
All right. For those who are just meeting you for the first time, I know that most of our listeners would have really want to check up on you over the week. When we have this notice album, just tell us a bit about you, who you are, who is Eniola, what do you do, and all of that.
Okay, like the host already said, my name is Edo Moinat Eniola, or you call me Eniola Edongulano. I am actually the founder and the team lead for EME Foundation. You can really do well to check us out, follow up online. EME Foundation is a non-profit that supports. EME Foundation is a non-profit that provides support and preventive and responsive support for survivors of gender-based violence. We also provide mental health education as well as sexual awareness on sexual reproductive health and rights services.
Hmm. Amazing. How is that? Just tell us a little bit more about your work. I'm interested.
You can teach these children. That's
Mhm.
from 2 years old. Now I like that they've inculcated that into school. So
Yes.
you can teach them. And then we always say something that you don't hide with saying, they touch my pom pom, they touch my this. You
No.
mention it.
You
Parts
do
of the
it. Call
body.
it
This
what
is
it
your
is.
vagina, this is your penis, this is bad touch, this is good touch. So if anyone comes, if they don't have an ulterior motive, there's nothing to worry about. But if they touch you wrongly, of course the child should speak up. So there's nothing to worry about if you are not doing anything wrong.
Interesting. All right, if you're just joining the show, this is Security 247 on Echo 89.7 FM, and I'm your host, Patience Osinaike. And remember, the show is powered by the Lagos State Government, and all we're doing is creating awareness about how we can create a sane society and, of course, ensure security in our homes, schools, community, and in other places. We're going to go on a music break, and when we're back, we're going to be sharing with you the phone line so you can call in and contribute on the show. Holiday Watch, ensuring family security during Easter. We'll be right back.
Parents, adults, guardians
Most time we
do
do
not
actually. Most time
get
we do.
carried away, particularly with our phones.
Hmm.
Because you need to be very conscious of your environment, your child, and everything going on in your immediate environment. Because when your child is your child is with your sister, right? You are having fun where you are. Maybe the child has gone to play with other children. Your sister is believing your child is with you.
You wouldn't even know.
Both of you don't even know where the child is at that point in time.
Yeah.
Can you imagine? So it is important that despite that you believe your child is with a trusted adult, it is still very important you also supervise. You're checking in regularly. Oh, I just have to check on you. How is it going? You also encourage them to speak. They should speak whenever they see something. I love curious children. Whenever they see this, oh, mommy, what is this? Oh, Auntie Bolu, what is the meaning of this? What does this mean? That child is going somewhere.
Question.
Do not shut that child up. Because the moment you tell, shut up, you ask too many questions, you're killing the esteem of that child. And it will get to an extent that by the time the child is supposed to share an important information with you, the child wouldn't. Because previously you've been telling the child to keep quiet.
You know why I like what you just said now, because my very first daughter, I remember then my wife is also someone like you. Like she's into this early childhood
space.
and all of that. And I'm like, could it do the age? But I'm like, no, at this very tender age.
That's
So
the best
tell
time
them
to
you're
even
Allow her to
start.
speak. And now I know what I'm enjoying. So yeah.
I think I want to add to what she said. So when you go out, I think another important thing to do is to establish a meeting point. Okay.
Yeah.
So if anyone gets missing or you need to do anything, you can't find mommy. Somehow you got lost. Just know that I would always be here, or you can just wait for me here. If it's somewhere where the car is
How do you
parked that you
establish
can
that? Is it when
identify.
you're coming to the party or to the
Of course, once you are getting
rendezvous and all
into
of that?
once you are getting
When
into
you're
the
going
event
there.
space, yes. So you already identify, okay, if anything, whatever it is, just know this is where the car is parked, or this is where we can meet. So I think it's important that parents don't leave their children with unfamiliar faces.
Yes.
So if at any point you have to leave your children either at home or outside, make sure it's someone you know, like you know where the person stays and everything. Because aside from being abused, we also know how security is in the country right now.
Yes.
So you want to make sure that your child is with someone that you can identify. I know where this person stays. I know her name or his name, and you know everything about the person.
Yeah.
So I was just going to add that to what she said.
Thank you, Boliwat. So I'm still going to take you on that. I just want to, share with our audience again that you can call us on 080-5897-5897. The phone line is open. I would like to hear from you. How are you bonding with your family this holiday? And of course, what steps are you taking to ensure the safety of your family member? Boliwat, so you shared earlier that, from your experience working with Lagos State government, there are so many agencies out there that, the government is trying as much as they can to establish for to drive development, in the state. So what role do you think community vigilance group can take in ensuring collective security? And you could also mention some of these agencies that people can easily reach out to in case of emergencies.
Okay, so we all know this saying, I'm sure, that it takes a community to raise a child.
Correct.
So this establishes that community involvement is very important when it comes to safeguarding or security of children. So we have, of course, in estates, we have estate security teams. We have WhatsApp groups now for even compound. You have your WhatsApp group. You have neighborhood watches and all of that. So I believe that if everyone can have conversations like this, especially during festive seasons, if there's anything going wrong, for example, the estate security team, you see a child that normally should not be going out of the estate on his or her own, you can always notify or alert whoever it is on the WhatsApp groups, and then we can all share and get information on security threats. And also for agencies, we have the normal Lagos State Emergency Agency that has a toll-free line. We have 767, we have 112. Those are the general emergency lines.
Just call it again.
767 or 112.
And my other colleagues in other agencies that whenever you call to report and you clearly declare that you want your identity to be concealed, sometimes they would even ask you, if you're reporting on behalf of somebody, they would ask, do you want to be mentioned at any point of this case is being looked into? If you say no, it's fine. So they actually respect people's privacy and anonymity, if I'm correct. So it is something that Lagos State is doing quite well on. So I want to use this platform to encourage people, when you see something, please say something. That is our slogan. Anytime you see anything, please say something. Don't say because it is not your child, because the person is not your family member. You never can tell who the next victim will be. You might say, okay, next year, 2 years, 3 years, karma is not coming for you. It may be in 10 years, it may be in 20 years. You will not be saying, oh, I know. You could have said something or acted or be proactive. So please, it is important we actually say something when we see something.
Thank you very much for that. You've been encouraged. And I know that we are all being encouraged. Phone line is still open 00589755897. This is Security 247, powered by the Lagos State Government on ECO 89.7 FM. I'm just going to ask Boluwat as a safeguarding consultant, what measures do you think families can put in place for families who want to travel, this period? And it's so sad that for the past 2-3 days, there's been constant reports of accidents, here and there.
Everywhere.
Like, I open my Instagram and seeing something has happened. I'm like, God, what is going on? What do you think, families can do this period to ensure that there's home safety, there's road safety, and of course there's, individual safety?
Okay, so for road safety first, I believe you should already by now you should know when traveling on road you should use your seatbelts, right?
Very
and
important.
Especially those at the back. For children, most times we tend not to take it serious. Like, why is the child using a seatbelt at the back? But I think it's important that you strap that child on, and also make sure you use central locks. I saw this video on Instagram a few days back where a car was going around a roundabout, and a child opened the door and fell out, and then the next car coming crushed. So in cases like that, if the child was strapped on a belt, I'm sure the parents must have thought it at the back. There's no need. I don't think it would have been that brutal, right? So I think it's very important that you maintain central lock, you use seat belts, and most importantly, as the adults, please don't drink and drive.
Please don't drink. I know we are in the festive
exactly.
But please.
So please don't drink and drive. Remember that everyone's life in that vehicle at that point in time depends on you, and not just for people driving personal cars. I wish that drivers too can hear this. Commercial bus drivers, so they also should know that there are a lot of families in those buses, right? So it's their responsibility to drive drink responsibly and drive responsibly as well. And then for the home, I believe safety such as not letting children come close to hot things like in the kitchen, making sure that they know safety protocols when it comes to electronics, not dipping your hand into electric wherever there's electricity and all of that. I think it's important to establish safety that way. And then it's also important that you let children know what to do in cases of emergency. Okay, if there's a fire outbreak, what do I do? Let them know what to do.
Yes.
It's not that they just sit down and wait. Oh, mommy went to buy something. We don't know what to do. So please ensure that you educate them properly. Then I think that should be all for road and
home.
Yes. So
Interesting. Thank you so much. And of course, it is important to also obey traffic rules. Yes. Some of these even our children will tell you, "Mommy, the light is on red." And you still say, mommy is pressing the brake. Or daddy just wants to just run off to wherever it is.
That reminds me too, not pressing your phone while driving, because we get carried away a lot. And you see mothers or even fathers, any one of us adults pressing their phone while driving. That could also cause accidents.
Yes.
So you have to please, once you're on the road, just know that you are concentrating thoroughly on driving. When you get to wherever you're going, you can pick calls. If you need to pick calls, use hands-free. So don't press your phone while driving. Don't drink while driving. I think
the host Patience Osinaike, and of course I have with me on the show today the Security 247 powered by the Lagos State Government. I have Boluwati Tofa today and Eniola Edu Ogunlan, and of course we'll be sharing, graciously on Holiday Watch how we can ensure family security during Easter. This is a season of joy, and it is important that we take into account how we want to safeguard our homes, our communities, anywhere we have to be with our family this period. It is very important. You can call us on 08058975897. We want to hear from you. What are you doing? What steps are you taking this period to ensure that your children are going to be safe, your family is safe, and of course, if you have to be at public gatherings, what are the steps you're going to be taking into practice? All right, Eniola, let me ask. I know that for a lot of families, this period, we book reservations. We want to go to this place. We want to go to that place. There's something you can do in the home. Like for me, I do movie nights every Friday with my family. That's the only time they get to watch TV. Other days, so so it has been a rule for over the years. I think for more than 9 years now. And just Fridays we all watch movies, and other days we have other things. So we're very hands-on. We do painting. We cook together. My kids can practically cook.
Ways.
Yeah, they can cook soup. They can fry stew. They can fry plantain without getting it burnt.
That deserves an award.
All right, Eniola, let's have your last words before we go.
Okay, dear beloved listeners, my parting word would be that please kindly prioritize your safety.
Yes.
Prioritize the safety of everybody around you. If you have children in the house, please strictly supervise them, particularly if you're hosting other family members.
Yes.
It is very important that you set boundaries. It is very important that you set rules in the house. Nobody goes into the kitchen before they're exploring, and then they put on the gas when nobody's watching. And it is very, how that will end. Or you're going out, you need to put out electrical appliances. Please always cross-check. These things are important.
Very important.
And whenever you're going out, always check your doors and your windows back to back if they are locked. If you're the type that drop your keys with somebody, be very careful this time around, because you don't know who is who. Everybody, there is hunger in the land. Everybody's trying to look for what to survive on. Sadly. So please, let's be very careful. I think
Thank you for that, Eniola. And you, Boluwati?
Okay, so I'm also going to add that if you are going out this season, please, you do not need to post your exact location. In days like this where everything is digital, everyone wants to create content, it's very important that at least you should have left wherever you were, maybe a minimum of 3 to 4 hours before posting, if you need to even post the location. To me, I don't see the need, but of course, there are people who want to show where they went to have fun and all of that. But please do not post immediately you are at that place, or while you are at that place. Ensure that you've left the place. And as she has said, we have to prioritize safety and well-being. Safeguarding is a collective responsibility. It's not something that just one person does. So please do not forget, if you see something, say something. It's very important. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Eniola and Boluwati. And of course, I must say this has been a very captivating show, and I really appreciate you guys coming on board with your wealth of knowledge. I didn't know that you guys were. But it's so amazing the work that is being done in Lagos State. For across all sector. I am so impressed, and I really hope that we could have this like a model. Me, I usually call Lagos State government like a model where we have others they could also make into. But when it comes to safety and security, I know that the government is doing as much as it can to drive a sane society. And even though we still have a lot of work to do, especially with orientating ourselves, our mindsets. Sometimes some people will do certain things like throwing out bottles on the street, and you will talk to them like, aunties, you that want to repair Lagos, are you the governor of Lagos? But like, I am not the governor of Lagos. I'm only saying, let's not drop this here. Let's do this. Let's not leave our children. If you're walking on the road, keep your child to to the other side of the road where you don't have it. Don't just leave your child on this side and you're on your phone and all of that. Don't leave your kids in the car. You're going to the shopping mall. Anything could happen in less than 2 minutes. All right. So we've learned a whole lot about this week. Safeguarding our homes and of course our outings. We talked about travel safety. We talked about home safety. We talked about a whole lot. Of course, digital safety as well. I want to encourage everyone. Please, safety is very important. And when you see something, you say something. Don't just keep it to yourself. And sometimes you might not even have to say, oh, and might not really know what to do. You can give out numbers. We have 767-112. You can always share with anyone. It is a toll-free line that people can call in and report cases of safety and security in the environment. All right, with that, we've come to the end of today's show on Security 247 on Echo 89.7 FM. First on your mind, I'm your host, Patience Osinaike, and today I've had with me